Hey, this is Brandon Ben with 45 Creations. We're here set up at Romanus Fest number 6 with Chris Banta from Romanus Records here, the man himself. How you doing,
sir?
Brother?
We did it.
Did it.
We did it. We got here.
We're nice and sweaty. If you couldn't see from the high-def cameras, we're all
it's a bit
gross.
warm. Yeah.
But obviously, it being the 6th one, we're here at Black Circle. How many of you guys done a Black Circle?
This is the 3rd or 4th.
Okay. Nice. Awesome. And where do you guys do it before then?
Square Cat Vinyl.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, so that definitely like a lot more space. Is it just through the years it kind of built with like the...
Yeah, and like, I mean, the first one's, my favorite one we did at Square Cat, I set it up where there's stage inside, and then the alley, I put a stage on both ends of the alley.
Yeah,
so
nice.
it was just like you were smashed in there, and it was all timed out, like 15 minutes, like everything just worked.
That's where Music in Transit got it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You're my writer, right?
Oh, you're coming in?
You're coming. Hold on, we're doing an interview real quick.
Hey, everybody.
No worries, buddy.
Hey, say hi. Say hi.
Oh,
You're on here on
you
camera.
guys got my writer, right? I needed 1,000 jelly beans.
Yeah.
All green. All green.
It's a keeper. It's the most on-brand Fred Miller thing to do.
Oh, yeah. Just walk straight in.
We love you, Fred.
So sorry, at Square Cat, then now here at Black Circle. So tell us about like the progression of like how it's gotten bigger over time.
Yeah, I mean, Black Circle's just like they've always been cool to my band, and I've always liked them. And Jesse and his crew just are, I think, very much like me. They're extra entrepreneurial, if that makes sense, in the most like visibly like, I don't know, like honest, refreshing way about like what it is to make a business and make it last.
And they're community driven, which I've always loved about them. They are just so focused on the growth of the Indianapolis community with the music they support, the beer they make, all that good stuff.
Big time. So like I've always just really liked Jesse for a lot of those reasons. So once we moved it here, it's just felt, I've always wanted to have 2 stages and then at least, but the thing here, the outside part is so huge. And the biggest reason is the dirty secret to running a good fest. If you want people to stay, you need to have a place where they can't hear music.
How's this?
So like here, the way I have it set up is like band plays outside, then switches to inside, and there's a half-hour changeover on both sides. So like you can always escape.
So it's the sorbet period. It cleanses the palate.
Well, yeah. So,
it's the hot tub to the cold pool.
Well, yeah. So like if you're like, oh, I don't want to hear this band. All right, there's a space that you can go that's still comfortable. So it's either you're going to come out here and chill.
Sure.
We've got all the vendors, or you'll go inside. You're like, oh, I'll get a drink.
Yeah.
It's AC in there, and they have food on site
and indoor plumbing.
And indoor plumbing. So like,
and that corner that I peed in earlier.
Yeah, the setup is just like so ideal for me to run like an efficient, low stress fest where like changeover times are good. And like they're very gracious and just let me do whatever I want.
What was it that, because you own Romanus Records, and that's its own great story, and you can check it out, romanusrecords.com, right? Mm-hmm. You can always just message Banta and he'll tell you anything you want to know about it. But this is from the growth of Romanus Records, your experiences working with these bands, developing the vinyls that you do, the community that you've established, and not just locally. Like Banta's worked with people all over the world. So what drove this? What made you go, I want to put together my own festival? Because it's an undertaking. It's a lot of work.
I mean, I think it's, I don't know, vanity. Like,
vanity.
You're just like,
right.
His band does get to play every year.
It's one of those it's one of those things where it's just like, hey, it's just like, of course, like if I'm running a label, like, yeah, I'd love to have a fest like every year, and like, I've always kept it, the growth, like I think like realistic. I've never been like, yeah, man, I'm going to book 40 bands and like just over leverage and like crash and burn and hate it,
Quality over quantity, man.
Yeah. Just like I've kept it where it's manageable, like, or it's always like 10 to 12 bands. And it's just something I really enjoy doing. And basically every year I'm like, all right, if I can get enough sponsors or make enough extra wacky vinyl or run enough weird sales to like just break even, like that's literally all I care about is breaking even every year. And part of that is I keep the fest free.
Yep.
Other than the first one, the festival's been free every year.
$10 suggested donation though, right?
If you want.
Yep.
Yeah. But like, I don't want money to stop anyone from coming.
Absolutely.
So like, it's like free and it's all ages. I've got kids.
Which is huge. All ages.
Yeah.
Is
so
great.
like, I want people to come. And I also think there's been a big shift too in the last, at least in India, last 3 or 4 years, post-COVID. Mm-hmm. Like all ages and a ton of venues has been pushed and fought for a lot more than it used to be.
Absolutely.
And
I actually got some great footage and great photos of you with your kids, like walking down the stairs.
Last year,
It always looks good, yeah, especially because like if you got like, you know, rock music, but then you've also got the festival, you can bring your family, you can have more people come. I think last year, did you guys get like an actual head count? It looked like there was somewhere between like 300 to 500 people that came through.
Yeah, there's there's typically always somewhere around, like, it seems like it's been like every year's like, oh, we gained an extra 40, 50 people. It's like, feels like it's, I think the last year's like a little over 4.
That's amazing.
High 4s or something like that.
It was awesome.
Yeah. So like, and that's not including when you book like 10 bands or whatever. There's just people everywhere.
Speaking of which, let's talk about the bands this year. Who do we got?
Not Joshua Powell. He's puking his brains out.
Way to go, Josh.
Got sick.
We'll pull your hair back.
What
when you
a
show
dream.
up.
Yeah, he's got long hair. He would need it. So no, hope he's feeling better. But no, man, they're all just bands that I like. That's so important to me, like about artistic integrity. I've 4 bands on my label that are here, which feels good to have 4 Indiana bands.
Yeah.
I got my band, Joshua, he got sick. Moon Goons,
Yep.
they'll be their album will be coming out on Romanus in late October.
Oh, cool.
And somebody else, they're gonna hate me. Why am I forgetting who's on this thing? I'm not wearing a shirt.
Well, let's go through it. Who's all playing today? We got Brother.
Yeah, that's
Moon
one.
Goons.
Sure.
Super Cruise.
Summer Brews.
Summer Brews. You called him Super Cruise.
Fred.
Left Lane
Cruiser.
Left Lane Cruiser.
Service.
Yep.
Forgetting. Orchard Keepers. We have Radar Gold now. I'm forgetting one. Oh man, they're gonna hate me.
Knuckles.
Bloody Knuckles.
Bloody Knuckles. They're out of New York, right?
SM Wolf. No, Bloody Knuckles is Sirius Black and Draco McCoy's side project.
Oh, because there's a band out of New York called Bloody Knuckles that I found online.
Yeah, no, Bloody Knuckles
Okay.
is like, yeah, so I did Indiana only this year, first and probably only year, but like I had like 6 Indiana bands. I'm like, oh, these bands are all good, and I wanted these. I was like, I'll just make it a theme.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did it.
You did it.
But yeah, like guys like Left Lane Cruiser are bands that like my band Brother Brothers played with, and we've always kind of traveled some similar circles.
Sure.
They're from Fort Wayne, but yeah, I mean they tour Europe, they tour all over the world like all the time. They're absolute road dogs. So like I'm juiced to have them. Service hasn't played
In a while.
locally like in a year, but they're on a good agency now.
Oh, excellent.
And like I think this might be their first show with their new lineup right now.
Okay.
And like yeah, just book stuff that I like, and people that are like either doing the thing, like working really hard,
What's going on?
or like have at least toured heavily in the past.
Sure.
That's super important to me. So
Do you think
Yeah.
Romanus will ever get a venue of their own?
no.
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 But you did just get an office space. You have expanded.
Yeah, I mean I have the home studio I built on, and then we're up at the Stutz, and that's been huge for us to just expand space. If you haven't figured out, I'm really I don't want to say cheap. Just I run things. Look, I'm just
efficiently.
Yeah, man, I'm just running on a Midwest budget. All right,
Yeah.
but been full time with vinyl for be 5 years in November, which seems impossible. And
I said 6 years in January for us.
yeah, so like every day really is like a blessing to just be like, man.
So
That's how
tell
I make my
everybody
money.
real quick, like where they can find. We talked about Romanus Records, but
Yeah.
like tell us like something that's coming up that you want to push and
Yeah, I mean, like,
all
so
things
okay, so
Romanus
like,
Fest.
yeah, I mean, so you're out if you're watching this now, you're definitely not going to be here today. But
but you'll be here next year.
yeah, I mean, Moon Goons, their new album comes out in late October. Doom Gong out of Kentucky, 7-piece psych band, 2 drummers. They're bananas, like they're all just such pros. They're on like a 40-day run right now across the U.S. and Canada. Their album comes out at the end of September. I have a band from Pittsburgh called Befell. It's like metalcore and Avenged Sevenfold solos. It's awesome. They're
Nice.
super young. That'll be out after that. I should have another King Gizzard thing after that.
Okay.
There'll be a new
Nice.
Joshua Powell album next year, new Manus Brothers album from St. Louis. A final Brother album. I just put out a space piano album from a guy in London.
That's awesome.
That was totally different, but the concept was just so cool. I was like, yeah, man, let's do it. Yeah, I mean, we're busy.
Yeah,
No doubt about it.
Love it. Well,
So,
Congratulations. This is
thanks.
great. We're excited to be here. This
Thanks
is our
for-
second year here at Romanus Fest.
Yeah.
And
Don't let
it's
them
an
tell you
absolute
short.
honor. So.
Title sponsor.
Yeah.
Oh, tell
Okay.
real quick, before we go, tell about the other sponsors because we do have a great batch of
Yeah.
sponsors.
So I've got Moose Vinyl, which is like it's a vinyl centric app, and like I wouldn't say it's like a it's not trying to be a direct competitor to Discogs, but I would say in some ways it's trying to be like a much better enhanced user experience and offer a lot more depth and options.
That's awesome.
Than, no shade to Discogs, but it looks like a HTML website stuck in '98. But
that is a vibe.
But
right
the archive's so deep, I don't know how you could change it at this point.
Sure.
It'd be like changing Craigslist.
Sure.
But we also have Indie Vinyl Pressing, local physical media production place.
We love Indie Vinyl.
So good. They provided these fans and some currency to help you pay for this.
Thank you so much.
Super appreciate that. Good people. They do a lot of good short order run stuff for vinyl, DVDs, CDs, tapes. Hit them up. And then we obviously have 45 Creations. WFYI will be here.
Excellent.
Recording on site, doing stuff. And then we have other vendors. We have Kyle Creates, who makes handmade instruments, which will be over there soon.
Those are cool.
Roundtable Recording will be here, telling you about why you need to record them. They're good people.
Is this the first year there's actually booths? Because I don't remember last year.
Yeah, so I've always wanted to have kind of a vendor village, but I haven't done it because I've waited till I had enough good stuff. I didn't want to just be like, hey man, I'm Daryl and like I'm a seventh generation basket weaver. And look, no disrespect to the basket weaving community, but like it doesn't make sense for like this. I wanted everything that I booked to make sense in the music ecosystem.
Sure. I love that.
Anything that would be helpful to like a band, because every band that I'm working with are bands typically that are all touring and stuff. It's like, hey, this would be something that if I'm on the road with my band, I'm like, oh, this is useful to me. Like this makes sense for this to be here.
That's the way to do it.
And that's just been really important to me to keep that focus. And this year, there's just enough time, money, everything. And like selfishly, like Romanus has got enough of a name. People are like, yeah, we would love to be a part
absolutely.
of it. Sick, cool.
Yeah.
So,
and how many years has Romanus Records been around now? Are you at 10?
It'll be 10 next year.
10 next year. Yeah, it's amazing.
It's
awesome, man.
I can't believe it. I watched it from the day one, and it's just been amazing.
Yeah,
so.
This is
well. Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for being a part, man.
Yeah, we look forward to this.
It's a big help.
We look forward to next year. So
it's a big help.
You've got us locked in.
Chris Banta, Romanus Records.
I look forward to helping sponsor Freeform. All right.
Ooh, that's a tasty bit right there. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thank you guys.
I'll scratch too. Don't worry.